saying, to be very clear, that you believe that people are infiltrating these legitimate protests that are about the death and killing of George Floyd, and they're using them to attack protesters and to attack businesses. Governor Walz said to tear down businesses in the Black community that have taken decades to build. Do you believe that this is an organized operation against the protesters and against the city of Minneapolis and against the state?
I have and against civil society, I have every reason to believe that the facts exist to launch that investigation. And I will say this, the people who would go out on the street to protest for justice for Mr. Floyd are not going to burn down the historic social justice advocacy groups that are for the Native American community, the Bengali vegan restaurant. They're not going to do that. That's not what these kind of folks do. They're not going to leave the south side of Minneapolis, come all the way to the north side and attack the only grocery store that low-income African Americans use all the time, the Cub Foods, and as well as the Walgreens. That's just, it doesn't make sense at all. And this violence is widespread. The people appear very well organized. They are pictures of these folks. We need to identify them and hold them accountable and prosecute them. And we need to remember the Jamar Clark case, where organized white supremacists were caught, committed assaults, attempted murder, and were criminally prosecuted for attacking the protest. I think that there's ample reason for us to investigate that, and I absolutely urge that we do. And I think that that is a critical factor of what's going on here. They want the people looking at Minneapolis to believe that this is just Minneapolis people acting up. It's not true. I'm not saying that no one from the protests did anything that they shouldn't have done. I'm saying that the greater bulk of the violence and the arson is being done by external forces, in my belief, and I believe we should investigate that and find evidence to prove that.
Attorney General,